Hey, what's going on, y'all? We got 3 sweets. The 3 hots are doing wonderful. They're branching off beautifully, getting buds all over them. That's the Jimmy Nardellos right here. They are doing wonderful. You can see already some baby peppers on there. I just watered them. Big Mama Mustard is splitting nicely. This is sweet paprika. About a week ago, this had none of this. No buds, no splitting, nothing. This is either Savina habanero or the Reaper, doing wonderful. We got the poles up because we're about to put the shade cloth up. We got the Yellow Monster, Heavyweight. We got the Marconi, the Sweet Sunrise, the Baby Bells, another Heavyweight, a Green California Wonder, and the Color Bell. I just trimmed them back a little bit. They were so root bound when I put them in there that all the clusters of blooms were so tucked in tight. Now this one has started to go up and out. So, but this one back there, the clusters of all the buds, which I'll show you here, hasn't really moved much. So I removed some of the bottom leaves just to give it a little extra. I don't have Miracle Grow right now. Get out of here, Wasp. As you can see, this one really started to branch off and get these bigger, longer branches. So that's working on it. But this one, you can just see it's so clustered in here with all these, not really branching out. Let's see if we can get down in here. They're not really branching out like I'd like to. Now this, at the bottom, when I planted this one, at the bottom of the hole, I put Miracle Grow. This one I did not. So I'm guessing that's why this one is doing so much better. But there is shake and feed in the soil as well. This is Miracle Grow soil, as well as I put shake and feed in there, and I have been giving water soluble. I ran out of the water soluble Miracle Grow, so I'm gonna get more of that, put more of that in, and I'm gonna put a lot more shake and feed in. But it's slowly starting to branch off, and there's a little pepper right there. But yeah, it's pretty tight in there, so it's gonna take a little while, I think, for that to come out. And I think there's another pepper. Yep, there's another little pepper right there. So they got a long ways to go, but they got 3 months to do that. This is the spicy paprika, and we already have little baby peppers on there, as you can see. Doing really, really well. This plant's going to do really well. This is a UFO, and I already have some baby UFOs on there. And this is the Matthew Arthur Warthog, splitting nicely. We got the red beets. I just watered them. That's why they're pushed in a little bit. We're about to put the shade cloth on. But the onions are doing well. They're really bulbing, and even though I do have them kind of close, they are bulbing nicely and getting nice and big. You can see I barely got them on the surface, so they got a long ways to go, as well as the celery. And these are all bunching onions, so I wasn't going to cover these, but being almost 100 degrees, I think it's safe just to cover them all. So I'm going to put the shade cloth on, and I will show you here in a minute. Let me pause this, do it real quick, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, we got her all done here. We got the whole shade cloth on. We just kind of put it on there, and actually, it's kind of gonna need a lot of adjustment, but this will get good afternoon sun, which is nice because that way it won't get too hot in the morning. But the onions and red beets and everything will get some afternoon sun once it's, like this time, 6-7 o'clock. Won't be as hot. And now we got the whole shade cloth on her. We got everything protected. You can see everything is nice and protected. Shade, I'm going to put some more clips on, some more J hooks on the bottom of them poles there in a minute. And then I'll have this nice and tight up against here. So that way that morning sun, because that morning sun sometimes can be kind of intense. So that way as it comes up over here, and the rest over there, it'll still get its 30%, because we're looking at highs almost 100 degrees. So I really got to protect these guys, and I think that morning sun, you know, might just be a little too much for it. So I'm gonna definitely drape it down. You don't have to drape it down like that, but I think in this intense heat, if it was only talking about 90 to 93, 94 maybe, but we're talking almost 100, heat indexes of 110, 115. I think giving this maximum protection is what we need. So I'll put them 2 other clips on here. I'm going to take a break first because I'm hot as hell. I'll put them 2 clips on, but that is done. Shade cloth is on. It's not perfect, but it will work. And for the next 6-7 days of a heat spell, this will work. So going in to cool off because I'm sweating my butt off and the mosquitoes are killing me. But yeah, I'm Jesse from Jesse Culpepper saying keep your plants protected, shade them from the heat, make sure they're good and watered, not hot water, not cold water, room temperature water. Make sure they got Miracle Grow, Miracle Grow, Miracle Grow. You know, that's what I do, or organic, whatever you use, just make sure they get the nutrients they need, and they will keep thriving. So we have 3 months to go until harvest time, and I guarantee you these plants may not look like a lot now. I just put in the shake and feed, and I only had a little bit, so I just sprinkled a tiny bit. I only got 3 out of the 6 plants done, so I'm gonna get a whole nother bottle, do more on these 6, and then do a lot more on the 3. Throw a bunch more in the sweet peppers in the box there, water soluble. And like I said, you know, just keep that nutrition up, and I guarantee you these guys, every year I look at these and say, yeah, they're not going to be that. Every year they turn out. 3 months later, boom, 6 feet and thousands of peppers. So, you know, don't get discouraged with your tomatoes. Like my tomatoes are doing great, but you know, there's other things that are, like my celery, it's like, why isn't it growing? Or the onions, why aren't they're bulbing, but they're not bulbing like I'd like, or, you know, just give it time. You know, garden is a virtue and patience is a virtue, and you got to give it time. Even though you might replant your, you know, peppers in a week or 2, you'd be like, wow, look how big they've got. You know, give them time. As long as they have the nutrients, don't pick off them buds. Come on, you know, it's, people always say over the internet it's false education. You're sitting there, pick out the buds, pick out the buds, pick out the buds, they'll gain more energy. Well, if you're giving them the energy they need, why do you need to pick off the buds? Your only reason for picking off the buds is that you're not giving them the nutrition and energy that they need. If you're giving them that much plus some, you don't have to pick off them. And that's why I'm going to have early peppers here in the next probably month, while everybody else is picking their pepper buds off, and they're not going to have it for 2 to 2.5 months. So I get to enjoy mine. You can pick yours off if you want. It's foolish. You don't have to. Load it up with nutrients and you'll be fine. So, but anyway, I'm Jesse from Jesse Culpeppers. We'll see y'all later. Be kind, be nice. Peace, everybody.